Are you ready? Hey, think you can tell us what to do? You think you can tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters. Break it down!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ComicClownsPod. This is Bruce War Chief Hoover.
Mark the Dwarf Kokiachik.
Christy Enforcer Vasquez.
Grant Caracas 4047 Kohler.
And Nick the Minuteman Clark.
And we are recording at 1590 AM WCGO in Evanston, Illinois. And if you guys haven't noticed a lot of things yet, there's certain people that are in during certain segments. I got Kyle behind me hanging out with Ted Cudler. Once again, he's going to be coming on in another segment, so he's going to hang out with us for a bit. You can find us on Facebook.com/ComicClownsPodcast. You can also find us on Twitter at ComicClownsPod. You can, seriously, just Google us. Google me, bitch. I don't know.
Actually, number 2.
He loves it when he gets Googled.
Yeah, Google
Google
me, Timbers. Wait, what?
Another thing now that we're on YouTube.
Oh, yes, thank you. All of our videos, we're doing video. We put our interviews up that we do from conventions. We do another couple setups of, we did interviews at Collision Con. They'll be up there. We have a panel that should be up there right now.
Yeah.
We have, apparently we are the #1 Google search for Comic Clowns on the radio, our Gab Radio Network version.
We updated.
What's up?
Achievement unlocked.
Thank you, Kyle. So if you guys can find us, all of our YouTube videos on there, we have a panel that was specifically done for Collision Con. Mm-hmm. That'll be up there a little later, or that should be up there now.
Should be, yeah.
By the time this releases. If you haven't figured it out by now, we record in one day, or I just wear the same clothes every week.
I know, we're horrible human beings.
I know,
we're all
right? So
Dirty bastards.
we also got some of our interviews up there. We have a cosplay segments that are going to be up there. We've got. I'm going to start taking videos of the Enforcer cooking and having him put that up there.
Actually have the Enforcer's edibles.
That was supposed to be up there a couple weeks ago.
My bad.
Someone was sleepy.
You are forgiven. Just don't let it happen again.
It's happened for weeks.
It's going to happen again.
You only get one.
Yeah, what are you going to do about Spider-Man?
Tell him, Peter. Family Guy reference. Haha, no dollar on that one.
There we go.
You get to wait this time.
So, all right. So this week we're going to be talking about some anime. We've got the Anime Review Club. And then the second half of this, we're going to be moving on to some video games, because a couple things have happened.
Some exciting things, finally.
Oh, yes. The PlayStation Experience happened.
Yes.
Capcom Cup as well happened. But
Yes.
we'll get into all of that later.
All right.
First things first. Grant, how you doing?
So far, I've been doing good on my end. Not a whole lot of anime news has been going on recently. I mean, I only have 2 things here that really stuck out to me. The first one is that the new Yu-Gi-Oh! Movie, The Dark Side of Dimensions, that was aired in Japan, is actually getting a English dub and is set to release in America sometime in January 2017.
Oh, really?
Which Yu-Gi-Oh! Does this actually follow?
Yeah, is this
This is the original Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh.
So
Yu-Gi-Moto.
Yu-Gi-Moto.
from what I saw from the trailers and the sneak peeks, it's apparently a revised rematch between Seto Kaiba and the original Yu-Gi-Moto, because at this point
They got
Hatem actually went back to ancient Egypt and finally had his spirit set to rest after the last season of the original.
So we're going with Little Yugi and not the Pharaoh.
Yes.
Okay.
So Yami-Yugi's gone now.
Yami's gone, yeah.
Yep.
So no Mind Crush.
No Mind Crush.
Unfortunately.
Oh, that's sad. Anything else going on?
The only one that really, because I'm just going to get the elephant out of the room right now.
There's an elephant here? What? Oh.
My bad, guys. I'm heavy.
Grant, why are you calling Nick so fat?
Because he can get away with it. When the cameras are off, I can't
What you got?
Code Geass is getting a 3rd season after 10 years of actually being on the air.
Wow.
So Lelouch's still alive, therefore
So
everything is alive.
presumably alive.
Presumably, yeah.
Because they're going to do a movie that will recap the last 2 seasons, which dead obvious thing that they're going to do,
Right.
and it might lead into another 3rd season. Kind of like how they did for Sword Art Online between the 2 seasons, where they had the intermission movie, and then they just led it into season 2.
Okay.
So I'm just hoping that what comes out of season 3 for Code Geass is actually an interesting one.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's got a high horse to follow on that one, honestly, man.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm sitting here saying you got the elephant in the room, but me and Mark, we're excited about something completely different.
Well,
I
yeah,
don't
right?
care less about Code Geass. No offense, I don't really think I'd ever watch Code Geass.
no, it's okay. It's all good.
One of my favorite animes, Baki the Grappler, is finally getting its 3rd season.
Yeah.
And it is one of my favorite arcs.
It is like one of the most greatest martial arts, street brawling animes ever.
Yeah, and it literally in this arc, it follows the manga, where it's called the Convict Arc.
Nice.
Now, the strongest fighters in the world are housed in Japan, and they have a tournament to prove that otherwise. If people want to come in and fight up, the no rules, no weapons, though.
Right,
come
right,
do
right.
it. Well, in this arc, 5 or 6 separate convicts that are supposed to be strongest across the world have all escaped from captivity, and they all understand that the strongest creatures in the world live in Japan. So we're talking about like jujitsu masters, talking martial arts masters, boxing. Like, and you got the Hanma family. For anybody who had actually read it or watched it, you got the Hanma family, which is Baki and Yujiro, who are prized as the 2 strongest fighters in the entire world.
Yeah.
Like, nobody can touch them. So the convicts are just literally looking for what every warrior's looking for, a solid defeat and a solid death, if need be. So they all head to Japan, and I can never remember the short bald guy's name off the top of my head. The person who runs the tournament.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He runs the tournaments, and he invited them all. He knew they would all show up, because like you can feel that kind of presence, that warrior presence.
Yes.
So he showed up, and he looked at everyone, how about we make a deal? Here are my 6 top fighters, and there's 6 of you. Turn Japan into your brawling area. And they do. And the chaos, I'm talking chaos ensues. Some of the greatest fights ensue. What you can see that the human body can do. But that's just like moving on to the 3rd season for that. And that's what I'm really excited about. I don't know about you, Mark.
I am pumped, actually, for this. Because I was actually, I was kind of sad that I was like, oh, they kind of stopped making the show. Mm-hmm. And I was like, we'll just read the manga. But, the manga doesn't really give you...
Like the emotional feel.
It doesn't give you the intensity because you have to give it yourself and you have to put your emotional, aspects into it. But the anime and the movies, because there was a Baki the Grappler movie, you saw some really messed up stuff and you felt it. And you're like, oh my god. Like Red Lion. This dude has the capability of taking his fingers, stabbing him into your
nerve cutting.
Stabbing it into your flesh and then hooking your nerves and then ripping them.
And it's just showing finger strength at that point. And then he shows it's not like, I have some superhuman ability. It shows that he can actually, he went and trained himself.
Exactly.
But we'll move off of that for right
so
now.
Sorry for his wife.
Honestly, when I think of Baki, honestly, I think it's like just like the ultimate Kumite fights.
Actually,
really
would you say
is,
it's Double
yeah.
Dragon?
I'm gonna kick you.
The video games, not that.
Oh, the movie.
So let's go ahead to the
Entire concept
anime
is just
review
street
club.
fights.
Anime review? All right.
Honestly, before we jump into anime review, I actually took the time to watch that one of the new animes that came out called Kaijo. That hit whip girl shit. I took the time to watch that just to see what the hell the hype was.
Oh my god!
I finally understand the hype. Everyone just likes to see a girl shake her ass. But
Hypersonic ass.
the big thing about that, the big thing that I'm actually gonna say is
The booty.
no. I've never seen an anime that just got released in sub get dubbed automatically so quickly.
Oh yeah, Funimation got
it. Is
that.
actually is actually still going in sub as well as getting dubbed in the process.
So they're working alongside each other.
Yes.
Only other thing like that would be Dragon Ball Super.
Right.
And that's they're 60 episodes in. They just got the contract now.
That's true.
That's
true.
Well,
yeah, that's
anyways,
true.
now on to the review.
What was the anime we were supposed to watch?
It was Moribito, Guardian of the Spirit.
All right, give us your rundown. I know we're gonna have probably 2 sides of a coin here from when I've my personal conversations. So we're gonna start with the greatness that is Grant.
Wait, I'm great?
You are now.
Apparently.
We're making Grant great again.
Wait, he was great before?
It's a giga hat.
Before he got near you, yes.
Oh.
Corruption.
All right, Grant, go ahead.
Anyway, this was Moribito was actually one of the animes that actually started me out on the path of where I am today, as far as for the animes that I watch. like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Moribito and a few others. They were like the first few that I actually watched. And this one actually hit home with me because the story for this, even though it's 26 episodes, it is a very well-paced one. There's a lot of character development. Like when you see the main characters, you see them start like the second prince, Chagum, who starts out as this young, innocent, carefree boy, and he starts to grow up and starts to become a man throughout the entire series itself. And then he comes back to the palace after being protected by Balsa, who is the bodyguard. He comes back as a stronger, a little bit more wiser leader, as being the heir to the Shinyogo Empire, and that everything that they've learned after all the events that transpired in this anime was a lie, and they had to learn the truth from digging deep underground to get the information that they needed to get.
Is that like metaphorically you're saying, or they actually had to get
digging? They had
the book.
They had like stone tablets of the legit true history of what actually happened.
So they actually had to dig. They actually had to dig.
Yeah, there was actually a chamber underneath the star chamber.
I gotcha.
And that was pretty much hidden from everybody, because I feel like when I was watching this feels like a very totalitarian state, because they want to get this idea out to the public and wanted to make it so this is the legit one, even though back in their minds they're thinking this is a lie. This is just trying to calm the masses for the most part. But I digress. Anyway, as far as for an anime, this is actually one that I would definitely recommend. And as a final note, for me, especially for those that are in cosplay foam fighting, this is one of those animes that actually started leading me on the path towards being a spear wielder out on the field.
Because the main character wields a spear.
Yes.
Right. Well, would you say that it's more of like an adventure, an action? What kind of genre would you actually place this anime
This is actually a little bit of an adventure.
Okay.
Because you see them trying to get through the circumstances that the palace bodyguards are trying to recapture Chagum and bring him back, and you see all the things that they go through to try to evade them, try to hide out from everybody, try to keep a low profile for the most part until the spring actually comes around and actually starts taking effect of the water spirit that's inside Chagum that has to come out.
Okay, I mean, that sounds actually pretty interesting. How would you say the artwork is?
I would actually recommend this because I haven't watched this in a couple of years, and watching it again, I'm like, the art style is actually pretty close to something you'd see like in Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra.
Really?
Sort of that art style.
Okay. You compare it to that. I was actually thinking more of all the lines of Miyazaki films.
Okay.
Because it seemed a little bit more accurate, to say the least, about, the artwork and the magic that was going on. It seemed more of like a Miyazaki. Or close to Princess Mononoke.
Okay.
Kind of thing. That's how I looked at it. And it was actually pretty good anime. I thought it was a little slow because there are some scenes that were just kind of dragging out.
Yeah.
But, it did hit a lot of good points about growing up, and this is what the world is really. And you've been sheltered because you're a prince, and, that's it. But these are what people actually are acting like.
Exactly.
These are what people are. You have to learn how to blend in with them, understand how they feel, and you'll grow better for it. And when you become emperor, maybe the people will love you, kind of thing like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, and that's how I thought. I thought it was good. How would you rate that? 1 out of 10.
As far as this anime, I would actually give this one a solid 9.5.
9.5,
because I will actually agree with you. It was a little bit of slow pace for some parts of the anime, but as far as for story throughout the whole thing, for myself, I am a sucker for a good story in an anime, and this one nails home big time for this one because you learn a lot about every main character in the anime as the anime progresses.
Right.
Like closer towards the end, we actually learn about Balsa's backstory before she actually took up the job of being a bodyguard.
Right, yeah, that's right. We did get into that, and that was actually pretty interesting. For every person she's killed, she's vowed to actually, save a life, or what was it? It would save a life for every person she's killed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the give and take kind of thing. That which was, okay, an honorable, hero, basically. Lawful, I would have to say lawful good in an aspect.
I like how we keep making these D&D references to characters nowadays.
It's the easiest way we can actually make a character reference for people to understand.
Exactly.
Nick, have you seen this?
Yeah, it's been a while though. I haven't freshly watched it.
Yeah, freshly watched. Okay,
Yeah.
but what you remember? Did you think it was actually pretty good?
It was pretty good. It was actually a pretty good fit when they had it on Toonami because it
Toonami, yeah,
or Adult
right.
Swim actually at this point.
It was Adult Swim. You're right. Yeah, Adult
and
Swim.
it was a good fit because it was a serious, but it had the action. And
Yes.
it had enough going on that it wasn't slow dragging anime.
Right,
I tried that before. And
Yeah.
that's where they had the lowest numbers, and they kind of almost lost all anime.
Right.
So
that's right.
you gotta remember, it's Adult Swim. You kind of have a certain crowd of people who want to watch these things.
Yeah, exactly.
And it fit the mold. It was a little bit slower than most people would have liked, but it wasn't like Fist of the North Star where someone's getting their head exploded every 5 seconds.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, there wasn't like too much bloodshed. There was death involved in this anime, but there wasn't bloodshed.
Yeah, like they didn't really over-exaggerate
They
it.
didn't over-exaggerate. Like, if they expressed that someone had died, you knew that someone died, but you never actually saw them either get their head lopped off or blood gushed, like, spraying all over the place. That, Fist of the North Star did. But, no, but I would say, would you give it, like, what would you give
I give it
rating?
a solid 7.
A 7?
The animation style was very telling of when it was created.
Okay.
Because if you watched like that 4-year period from
Yeah.
when that show came out to after, almost every anime was made in that exact same style.
Right.
The cell shading, it was a lot easier to do. They had the pre-made backgrounds, but the characters were actually kind of forward ground.
Right, exactly.
It wasn't bad. It's just that you could tell. It's like every anime has
It's
cycles.
what they do at Disney.
Yeah, it's
kind of.
the anime. It's the anime system. Like every 5 years, they have a new style, and everybody does that style.
Yeah, you're
If
right.
You can tell something from the 70s. You can tell one's from the 80s.
Well, because if it's popular, it's popular. If it's not, it's not. And,
Yeah.
just how it kind of works that way.
like the 90s were all Gundam Wing style, pretty boys.
Right, exactly. Chris, have you seen this anime, or have you heard about this anime at all?
I'm gonna have to say yes because I was part of the review club for it.
I was just double checking. You never know. Sometimes, we say do something, and sometimes you go, I forgot.
It's not
But
that I
that's okay.
forgot. I'm just lazy. Let's do
Oh,
that.
there you go. There we go. What did you think of this anime?
Like Bruce said, this is two sides of the coin. I'm the flip side. I did not like it, honestly.
It wasn't your cup of tea.
No, it just didn't sit with me, honestly. I felt like I was being forced.
Forced to what? Watch it, or
Forced, not even just to watch it, forced to try to accept the storyline. I mean,
Oh.
what it was is I read the storyline, I saw and I understood the character development behind them from what I was watching, and I was like, okay, this seems like a good story, this seems like a good character development. For some reason, this does not resonate with me.
you couldn't like relate to?
No, I couldn't relate to shit.
gotcha.
I just didn't. The artwork I can agree with was really nice, but other than that, it was like, I really don't care about your redemption. I don't care about this guy trying to get killed. I don't care about all those people in the background either. You know what? I can't believe I actually found an anime I really don't care about more than some of the other things.
Oh, there you go.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to bash the anime, Grant. Just, it wasn't for me. But what I can say, though, is I will recommend it for at least a one-time viewing. Watch it all the way through. You like it, continue to rewatch it. If you don't, do what I did.
Watch and judge.
Just like, okay, I'm done with this.
Oh, so what would you give the rating then?
No, I can't give it a rating because my opinion's too biased.
It's too biased?
Yes.
All right, well, that's...
Wait, time out. There's no such thing as all opinions are technically biased at this point.
Well, I mean, like, I'm more on that hateful side
Okay,
of it.
so
too.
one out
I'm
of
not-
10.
So
Still,
that's
go
the
for
point. It's giving it a different point of view. So
What-
what do you
what
rate
would
it
you
as
rate it?
Christopher Enforcer Vasquez?
1 out of 10.
6.
Okay, well, that's not bad.
That's being nice.
That's like being
That's a-
nice,
that's
in
a
my
D.
opinion, yeah.
I give it credit. It
It
tried.
looks
It's
pretty,
right.
but you didn't care for the
Alrighty.
story.
Okay, well, we're coming to a close on our anime review club. These two nice gentlemen in front of me here has let the war chief go ahead and pick the next anime. Wrong nice people, not you, Nick.
He kind of twisted our arm on this one.
I didn't. I asked politely.
Like I said, he twisted our arm.
I know, right? Who's ever been nice to Chris?
So what are we going for now?
Politely the name of the hammer.
So I want to recommend, and I know Mark can get behind this, because of the new series coming next season. I'm so excited about. I recommend everyone gets on there and finds Baki the Grappler seasons 1 and 2.
Yes, watch it.
It's a 30 to 40 episode anime. You can find it pretty easily. Things like AnimeFreak.tv. Chris, what else you got that you find? YouTube has them.
Yes, YouTube does
What
have
else,
them.
Chris? What other sites?
If you're looking for a dubbed one, WatchCartoons.com has it. Mm-hmm. Anime Season, they're all subs, but you can probably find it on there too.
All right, so get on there, people. It's violent. We're going to see a new reaction from Grant on a violent one.
Okay. I've seen violent ones already, so
I know, we haven't done it here yet.
that's true.
That's the thing. Rurouni Kenshin's too. You can't count that as violent in my world. You count that one as very coded, honorable. While these people are very, that's a nice face you got there. I'm gonna kick it.
Yeah.
Once again, Kumite.
It gets pretty brutal.
Kumite.
I'm concerned that if he watches this, he's going to get a lot more vicious in CFF.
You're gonna sit there.
Am I not vicious enough?
No,
We're gonna figure out when
strikes
Grant.
people now.
We're gonna figure out when Grant watches this, because right in the middle of a cast, Grant's just gonna be sitting there, and Nick's gonna say something stupid. He's gonna punch him right in the face. It's gonna be great. All right, guys, we'll be right back after this commercial break, and we're gonna talk ourselves some video games.
Yes.
We'll have Kyle and the Cuddler in there to talk with us as well. So we will be right back.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I want to shine on you and know it's like that dazzling sun.
This is Kyle Darth Cooch Cookenbecker coming to you from WCGO out in Evanston, Illinois. You can find us at Facebook at ComicClowns Podcast or on Twitter at ComicClownsPod. We look forward to seeing you soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Bruce Warchief over here. This time we've switched some people out. If you're watching on YouTube, you can tell that Grant put on a few pounds. I got we had to move some mics around, so this is pretty fun. I got we subbed out Grant for Kyle.
Yep.
And we actually got Ted Cutler back here with me.
Hello.
All right, so we're gonna be talking some video games. So once we're gonna get some news out first, because what you just heard right there was the main menu theme for the original soundtrack for Street Fighter V. Now, why would I care about that? I don't know. Most of the world doesn't.
True.
Capcom Cup just happened during the PlayStation Experience, which we'll also jump into. But what I was very excited about was for the first time in a tournament that had actual foreign presence, which is the Capcom Cup for anybody who knows, it was actually an all-American grand final. Ricky Ortiz versus Team Liquid's NuckleDoo.
It's impressive.
Now, you guys don't care about that, but I do, because
Not
that was
at all.
an incredibly biased announcer I've ever heard.
Really?
That's really
Never
nothing
once
new.
have you ever heard that you'd think the day you'd see the Stars and Stripes next to each other in the grand finals, but here they are.
Oh, wow.
Okay, Joe Buck.
That's
Okay,
pretty much what the guy did.
I think what we need to do then, in honor of an American victory, everyone needs to give a little chant of USA.
Actually, because it was done on U.S. soil, it was nothing but USA chants.
That's crazy.
And Ricky Ortiz, being a woman from America, made it to the grand finals. And
Which
here's the
is
thing:
good.
She got knocked
Just
down.
assume her gender.
Yes, because she said she. She came down there and it was hilarious. She got knocked into losers bracket because she was in semifinals against NuckleDoo and got knocked down by him, and had to go down there and face a guy who just beat last year's champion. And you could tell she was serious because she just lost and she had her hair down and she was like, this sucks. Came out the next time, ponytail up, and literally even the announcer was like, ponytail's up, shit, she's pissed. Oh my! And literally the USA chants just rang out
Nice.
as she started, and she played Chun-Li as one of the most aggressive Chun-Lis, but she got to the grand finals, going against NuckleDoo, and the best response, and introducing the next guy who proves America's not free, NuckleDoo. And I'm assuming he meant in the way that it's not a free win.
Right.
I'm hoping that's what Mike Simmons meant. Okay?
Well, let's be real. When it comes to the world of video games, America kind of sucks.
It really does. When it
Yeah.
comes to competitive video games, we're not that good.
Okay, but we're not Britain.
We're not Europe.
Yeah,
We're
we're
not
not
EU.
Europe.
And NA greater than EU.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was a hell of a match. We sat up, we watched it. I enjoyed it. She made it a really good round. NuckleDoo did great, and he went into grand finals playing the most American he could in Colonel Guile.
Yeah.
Not Jean-Claude Van Damme. Fuck that.
No.
It was Colonel Guile. Dude has American flags tatted on his arms, sunglasses, flash kicked, and Sonic boomed his way into a victory, which was
Alrighty.
awesome. I loved it. But at the end of it, that's the reason why we stood up and watched it. It wasn't even the finals. Was what they released after the finals.
Oh.
Was the first gameplay trailer for the brand new Marvel vs. Capcom game, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Nice.
Now, the reason why this is interesting is because it's a reboot. It's not number 4. It's a reboot. And they're getting away from pretty much anyone who's not part of the MCU. Which tells you, for the first time ever, there could be no Wolverine in a Marvel vs. Capcom fighting game.
I
Sounds
believe
like a
they
great
announced
thing
no
for me.
Deadpool.
Well, no, it's still Fox. Still Fox. The point again. That's what they're saying. They're keeping it. It's pretty much Marvel's doing little things. Like I'm reading a comic book called X-Men vs. Inhumans, and I'm assuming the X-Men lose this fight. But they're doing their best to destroy anything that Fox's hold on X-Men. Like we want the mutants back.
Right.
If we had them, they'd be in the video game now, wouldn't they?
Right.
Oh,
Exactly.
but we don't. So, and they brought in. Which we always talked about this too, about people like shoving people down your throat.
Right.
And Kyle had a problem with it, and it was Captain Marvel.
Okay.
She was the intro. It was Mega Man X and Ryu. It's 2v2 fighting, taking straight from Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Like the jump-ins and everything, Street Fighter Cross Tekken style. And there's the rendering was great. And then like the super moves, it went more Injustice style, where it's like we're gonna zoom in on the face and then do the move, versus just letting the screen explode and then doing it.
Right.
Which I think they did a little bit in Marvel vs. Capcom, but the moves are a lot faster now.
Okay.
No more time scamming.
Okay.
It looked more fluid, man.
But on the Marvel side, you pretty much had Age of Ultron Iron Man with Captain Marvel, the female version, Brie Larson. Well, you can't tell she's Brie Larson yet because we don't know what she looks like yet.
Right.
But the concern was, we're going to go see her in a movie, and are they going to be true to it? Well, Kree, for us who know, she's part of the Kree. She got her powers from a Kree. She's not a Kree herself. She got them from a Kree. And Chris, they did something in that game that restored a little bit of faith to you. What did they give her?
They gave her a binary mode.
It's pretty much what Captain Marvel from the Kree Empire, what he looked like almost constantly when he had his full power.
Okay.
They gave that to her. Mask comes on, hair goes pretty much Super Saiyan, and just blows things up.
Nice.
So it's like, oh, you're if you can do that in the movie, I have faith.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
So I was happy, but this is called Infinite because they actually brought in the Infinity Stones, which they haven't done since the Street Fighter versus X-Men Infinity Wars.
Right.
I think it was. Or no, it was Street Fighter Cross Marvel in the Infinity Wars. So Ryu could pick up like the freaking power gem and just knock the crap out of you.
Right.
And it changed the scene. Like they show her picking up the time gem because we got to plug Doctor Strange a little bit more. And she starts teleporting and starts fast attacking everything. So it was really cool.
Honestly, I love the way they integrated it too. It was like there was like, oh no, I just found this and then we're gonna run with it. No, it was like already part of there. They just went with it. It seemed like a nice, smooth, fluid motion. Like there was like, let me stop to just realize I got a stone.
It was
Nice.
like I picked this up. I realized what it does instantaneously. Like the first fight is literally Iron Man versus Mega Man X over the Power Stone being bounced around.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And it's Mega Man X, so it's like if that doesn't excite you, the fact that it's Mega Man X, I don't know what else will.
Right.
Capcom didn't forget about him.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know. That's right.
They did not forget about Mega
not
Man X.
forget
We're
about
like,
him.
you do love him. Now just give us a good game.
Yeah.
You're asking too much now. Slow down.
So, and they also did for digital download, available right after PlayStation Experience, was Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. So you can go online, download it, play it, if you didn't want to go buy the hard copy. So that was pretty awesome.
Nice.
I know Jason behind me during the PlayStation Experience, I saw you posting about something you were more excited about. What was that again?
Oh, Last of Us 2. That first game is just so beautiful.
Is it really? Oh.
Is that
great
is that
game.
a good game? I haven't heard.
You didn't see the trailer for Logan?
Oh.
I got a smart ass comment, but I'm like, we're just going low blows today.
Jesus. Oh my
No, but-
God.
That Last of Us 2 setup, it was the game everybody wanted. We're finally getting it. You've got the grown-up Ellie who just decides to start singing after slaughtering like 4 dudes who just came after her. So it was a nice, very subtle introduction to the second game and completely spoiler free because obviously it's not a spoiler knowing she's still alive. So
all right, well there you go. That's nice.
What the hell's The Last of Us? I never got into it.
It's a
Zombie
Oh
apocalypse.
God, don't
It's
say
so
that
good.
out loud.
But
Don't
Orphanage.
tell me all about it.
technically not zombie, it's infection.
whatever.
Who cares?
It's about as much
It's called
zombie
the
as
zombie
it's a zombie as Resident Evil.
Parasite.
It's yeah.
All right.
Well, the movies are not zombies.
All right.
Clickers.
So, Jason, you're also excited. Someone made a joke earlier. I don't remember who it was about an HD remake that's coming out, and my little inner childhood squealed. Do you remember which one it was?
Talk about Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah. Crash Bandicoot, baby.
Yeah.
Crash Bandicoot's coming back,
Naughty
baby.
Dog.
Gets a
So
revamp,
Naughty
baby.
Dog is just lighting up everything next year.
Naughty Dog, we like money.
Naughty Dog's like, I
Yeah.
can do this shit too.
That's
I
right.
can print money.
All right.
it,
But that's
Nintendo.
all the news I've got. Do we actually have any more news before I move on to what I want to talk about?
Depends what you want to talk about. Otherwise, we got a couple of game announcements, or at least updates.
We do.
Oh, go.
All right. Well, we had the release of Dragon Ball Universe 2, which everyone's either loving or not playing.
That's actually pretty impressive. I mean, well,
It's Xenoverse 1.5. What we
Yeah.
promised
Yeah.
you.
I mean, you
It
get
truly, truly is.
yeah.
All right. Because half the goddamn PQ missions are just the same goddamn missions all over again.
Yeah, and it still sucks to try to have like half the moves from them too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got the new gameplay footage of Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yes.
So excited
It's
for
giving
that
me
one.
hope, considering
I'm
what
excited.
3 did to all of us.
That's the reason Andromeda came out because they fucked up 3.
I mean, you guys did hear about like how they're gonna like fix that problem in
Time skip?
Andromeda. Yeah, the time skip.
Yeah.
How but they did say that it's like whatever you did, it will affect the way you play in Andromeda. So all of your stuff that you do from 1 through 3 will affect Andromeda.
But not too much though. It has some effect, but not a whole lot.
And not a whole lot, but it will actually switch up.
Okay.
The
Well, I'm
game for
screwed then,
you.
because everything I did on Mass Effect was on my Xbox 360.
Well, that's great because you can actually get the whole trilogy again and play every single game on Xbox One. Everything has been backwards compatible because of 1 and 7 Day, thank you, and 2 because Andromeda's coming out. So now they actually give you the opportunity to play all the games over again, so that you can actually have a better experience for Andromeda.
Okay. So 1's going to be backwards compatible.
1, 2, and 3.
Nice. Okay. Let's see what else we had coming out. Mass Effect Andromeda. No, I'm just basing on that last game that everyone was excited about. We're going to skip. Okay, Bruce, I think I know which game you were going to mention. You want to talk about it now?
I don't know which one you're talking about.
Darksiders?
Oh, okay, great. Now I was going to
That's
actually
right,
say, because we've
Darksiders.
been playing it.
Yeah.
By now, by the time this is released, me and Kyle better have finished that damn game.
Hopefully.
But they
You were
won't.
supposed to finish it last night.
Yeah, I got bored. Darksiders War Mastered Edition came out. Now, Kyle, thinking about that, why is that prevalent for anyone?
It's Zelda Hardcore.
Zelda Hardcore.
But so for those who don't know the past, it was supposed to come out with they were supposed to do a third one,
Okay.
but the company that was making it went under. So what I feel could be good news is the fact that they're re-releasing this as a War Mastered Edition, which me and Kyle have been streaming. People have been loving it. People had never even heard of it. They were flipping out when the people that did talk to us flipped out when they saw it. They could be trying to pull to see what kind of they're doing one of two things. Either we're just doing this to make money, or we're getting you prepped for the third one.
I bet it's the first one.
Or we could be seeing if this sells well, we could make the third one.
It probably is.
It's probably that second one.
Probably the case.
I'm really
yeah.
hoping we get the third one because, like I said, it's the 4 Horsemen of Apocalypse.
Right.
So we need to get the other 2.
Well, hopefully it does well then.
If they come out with that one, I bet it'd be a co-op too.
Famine
I
and
doubt
Batman
it.
Pestilence just chilling.
Yeah.
You want to make people hungry? I like making them sick.
Famine and Pestilence. Best friends.
Oh, jeez.
And then you got Death. I'm totally not writing. Yeah, you are. Shut up.
Oh my God.
Death, I'm totally not ripping off Casey Jones right now.
Right.
But no, number 2, we're going to be getting on number 2. Either we are now or we're getting on it shortly. It's really good. I like number 2 because you get it gives you different paths to run down. Mm-hmm. You can either go complete necromancy or complete scythe destroyer. And I know the 2 people in the booth love necromancy. I love the scythe people. That's Cooch and Chris. They love it. I'm a huge fan of necromancy because I get to summon demons and watch them explode.
Yeah, that's awesome, right?
Al-Qaeda!
I thought it was because you could finally make friends love you.
I know, right? Hug me! Oh.
All right, Omumu, calm down.
All right, so I mean that's pretty much my big stuff that I have. But we've also three of us in this room have been playing a game that came out. I mean, it's a little known release. People might have heard about it.
Just maybe.
Kyle, what was it called again?
Final
Final road trip?
Final road trip.
It was it was only like 10 years in development. What was it? Like 15.
Yeah, it was Final Fantasy 15.
Oh my god, you mean that?
Made by a company that apparently doesn't know what the word final fucking means.
Because it was a joke, but there's actually a really good story about it.
There is, but
I know there is. I say it as a joke for kidding me, but I know.
The fantasy is that it's final.
It was made by. It's made by. People don't know. It's made by a company named Square Enix, which translate roughly into cutscene.
yes.
Yeah.
Because every
Which
game
it was Squaresoft.
Yeah, it's pretty much a company that like just doesn't stop cutscenes. But I've been playing it very little. I just haven't jumped onto it as much as everyone. I'm waiting for the craze to die down and my Facebook feed to stop being nothing but PS4 shares.
Like a real hipster.
It's fucking annoying.
It's so 2006.
Literally, it's like me and my friends. It's like wow, look, guys, I have friends at midnight and we're taking a drive. Hashtag PS4 shared. I'm like,
You can't get rid of the hashtag.
I'm like,
They're just
I get
everywhere.
that. No, I get the hashtag
It's an
comes from
octothorpe.
it. I'm just like, seriously, can you stop? Just stop. I can take the same picture. It's not cool.
Well, you can't because they're randomized. But also, it's the game starts off with the song "Lean on Me." If you didn't know it was a bro story off the bat,
Yes.
Wait, was that "Lean on Me" that came in? I came in with a different song. I thought.
No, it starts off with "Lean on Me."
yeah.
Huh.
I brought Chris in because I thought it was something else.
Nope.
I didn't have "Lean on Me."
He wasn't hurt.
Yeah.
Oh well. Well, that's just.
So yeah, that opening was just like, oh, you know it's going to be a close-knit story of bros.
Yep.
Bromance.
Brosive.
Bro trip.
You know you're in trouble when they got the hot chick who's your mechanic and all four of them are like, can we get driving now?
Right.
You look at that eye candy.
Oh,
No.
No.
Prompto's like, oh man, I can't wait to go back.
Yeah, the youngest
That
one
dude
of the
doesn't
group.
give any fucks. He's
It's
he's
like,
trying to get
oh, you
that.
think you're going to do something
Yeah.
now.
Oh, you're
See what
trying.
you choose
Like literally,
live.
I saw the game come out. I got to that scene. Next thing I know, there was a cosplay already out for it. I'm like, and I'm done.
Well, the demo with her came out like a year and a half ago, so
Yeah.
everybody
Yeah.
knew about her.
But I never saw a cosplay.
Well, look at the bright side. You can cosplay any one of these characters because you can just go shop at Hot Topic.
Oh, that's still my personal thing. It's like Final Fantasy 15 looks so lit right now, and it's a picture of Sasuke, Cloud, Wesker from Resident Evil.
Yep.
I'm like, I would play that game.
That would
They're
be
all
actually
just
pretty
about
awesome.
as emo.
I need to show you my inner perfection. Okay, get the hell out of the car, man.
Even the nerd one tries to be cool, and that's just weird to me.
That is weird.
It's like, put your hair down, we'll talk.
You're gonna calm down with the with the hair spikes, okay? You're gonna poke someone's eye out with that thing.
All right, in the car, the main character is Noctis. If you look at his head, it looks like the back of a chocobo. when you're driving down the street, it literally looks like the black chocobo is riding in the car.
Oh my
Actually,
god.
I think from the front, Gladio looks kind of like a chocobo because he's got like this long nose. His hair like flies out to the side.
It is
So, are we implying that they get ridden?
Oh, hard. Long and hard.
That's not the camp's not the only thing getting a wreck that night.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know. The Gladio with a Mazamune would like to hear you say that.
God.
That's how I roll it.
Oh,
Okay, Jason, you're in here. I've been playing it for a little bit. I'm enjoying it. It's fun. I'm not trying to like barrel through it right now. I wanted to play it like all the way up to the stream, but I couldn't like wean myself into it. What's your impression? You're 7 hours in. What do you think?
I'm really enjoying it. There's, a lot added to it that not only did they take references from old games that worked really well, they also took some things actually from like Final Fantasy XIV that worked really well, like the Monster Hunt system. Kind of works essentially the same way the online game did. So that's pretty enjoyable. The Elemancy aspect of it is really cool. It's very, very simplified, but you can do so much with it. You can do single cast spells, you can do these giant AoE spells, and it's all just how you want to make them. You just have to just add them in and go. there's a little backfire on them because if you do a giant explosion, you will hurt your friends.
Which is ironic because Kyle literally started playing that game, figured out how everything worked, hit me up with a message. He goes, "I now know what it's like to play with me in a D&D party." Because he ended up giving a fireball spell to one of your computer companions, which you just don't do.
No.
And they blew him up, and he's like, "So that's what it's like to play with me."
Yeah. What's up next? We got
Jason, your own medicine.
So this is a Final Fantasy game, and there's a very important rule so far for every Final Fantasy game. You have to have the 3 recurring character names of Sid,
Yep.
and Biggs and Wedge.
Biggs and Wedge.
Biggs and Wedge.
Yeah.
All right.
Sid, yes.
Sid, yes.
Sid for sure.
I haven't run into the other 2
Yeah, I
yet.
haven't come across them.
You'll get into him probably later. Kyle, 30 hours in. What you got?
Oh, like you said, I'm 30 hours in, so obviously I'm enjoying it. The Monster Hunt's great. It's enough open world, but still linear enough to where you won't get too lost. But
Like
there's
Skyrim.
it's not. It's Skyrim, but cut off enough to where you're not wandering aimlessly.
Kyle, just because you're still playing something doesn't mean you're enjoying it. I make you watch shitty movies like every month.
That's true, but those are done after 2 hours. I would not subject myself to 30.
We're going to watch your total runtime. We're going to correct that.
Well, that's 30 different. That's different movies.
30 hours of shit, man. 30 hours of shit.
All right,
Oh my
well,
Please don't.
That about covers up for our gaming segment.
Wait, there is one thing, you
What?
know, they did come out with over the PlayStation Experience that, was interesting, was more information about Death Stranding,
Whatever the hell this is.
Yeah, except right afterwards, a nice Guillermo del Toro moment of, fuck Konami.
We say that, but we're still going to give them money.
Well, yeah.
Well, duh.
All right. So you about covers it up for us right now.
Made by Hideo Kojima.
Gaming was fun this month. PlayStation Experience was great. Final Fantasy 15, go get it. Go get the Darksiders War Mastered Edition. It's $20. You have no reason not to.
Pretty cheap for a
it's
game.
hardcore Zelda.
Yeah.
That's what you wanted.
There you go.
I got one real quick thing. My favorite marathon gaming thing is coming up at the beginning of next month. Awesome Games Done Quick. It's a 7-day, 24-hour marathon for the Prevent Cancer Foundation, and it's all speed runs. So they take all your Nintendo, Super Nintendo, even up-to-date games, and just destroy them. And it's just a lot of fun to watch.
Wow.
So
They make you feel bad about being a pleb.
oh yes,
Yeah.
But,
oh yes.
but it's all for a good cause, and it's probably the thing you'll never hear about. Like,
No.
Same with Extra Life that just passed.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
a 24-hour gaming.
Extra Life has actually been something that we're going to be partnering with very shortly.
Alrighty.
Because you don't have to do it. Quickly, Extra Life, I don't have to do it. I talked to him. You don't have to do it on that day. There's like a
Right.
national day for it, but you can do it at any time.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, guys. That's going to close it for us on the gaming segment today. All right, my name is Bruce Warchief Hoover.
Mark the Dwarf Kokiachuk.
Chris, the Enforcer Vasquez.
Holy crap, he's awake.
Oh wow.
I've been awake.
Kyle, Darth Cooch Cookenbecker.
And Nick the Minuteman Clark.
And thank you again, Jason Tick Cuddler Scamardo, for coming in.
Thanks, guys.
All right, you guys have yourself a wonderful day.
I am the Pathfinder Rider.
I swear I have music for this. Yeah, there we go. I'm new to this job. There we go.
Yeah.
What's it notice? Like I haven't stopped. I still haven't stopped recording yet. I just don't care.
Yeah,